Oh yeah, it's still going live. It's still buffering. That was
Making
on me,
the
so that's why I do that. That's why I do that.
Oh, because you have
Okay.
to hit go? Yeah.
Yes, you have to hit go. I always forget to hit go.
Well, it depends. If it depends on how you set it up. Like if you do an unscheduled stream, right,
Oh,
it
I
goes
don't know
live
how
right
this
away.
works.
There's so many different
Oh, all right, there we go.
finicky things
There
with it.
is.
But if you do an unscheduled stream, as soon as you go live, it'll just go live. But if you're doing a scheduled stream, then you have to actually go to the thing and set it to start, you know.
Yeah, I just look at this as magic, and I
Yeah.
try to
No,
set up.
that's true. Like you have to say a little prayer.
Yeah,
You
it's
have
just
to,
like I've
you
never
have to do the
seen
right
something
thing.
that's just so finicky because I haven't touched it since we did our test. I left
Mhm.
everything the same, and it still was finicky. So
Of course,
I don't
yeah,
know.
from week to week.
Hello,
You
Lord
know,
of the
I feel
Films.
like
Welcome in.
yeah,
Good to
I feel
see
like
you.
I thought I had figured out the whole streaming thing, but then last week I was getting buffering, and I don't know what the deal was, but I think it was that my computer needed to restart, but I didn't want to restart the computer in the middle of a stream, so I just kind of dealt with it, you know. So
Yeah,
so basically, once you think you have it all figured out, like something goes wrong,
it's a
and
roll of a
and that's
dice. Speaking of, let us
hey, Lord
know
of the
how.
Films.
Speaking of, let us know how everything sounds, how it looks. We're just working our way through, but this is another episode, and I love doing these little segments here. It's nice to have like at least, and we'll talk about streaming, but these little segments of different things. I try to keep it at least organized, but try to do
Yeah.
one of these a month. But this is another episode of Pixilated Nonsense, and mind the spelling, but it is craziness, right? We're gonna go crazy, right? Right, Eugene? We have
Oh,
E.C. Myers.
I'm well known for going crazy on streams.
Yes, very, very crazy. You're yelling, you're shouting, but we have author, New York Times bestseller. I was actually looking on well, we have a lot to talk about, but I was looking on your link tree, and you have some credits on IMDb. Oh my gosh, so that is
Ooh.
crazy too. So you have you're you're killing it. Let's just put it that way. Let's just put it that way. But streamer, you've done stuff with film. You've done stuff um, with just you have a plethora of books out there. How many books
Good use of that.
have you written and released at this point?
I think it's over a dozen now
Oh
that have
wow!
been published, novels, and then I've got some short story collections and some uh, odds and ends there. But
Right.
I've written probably a couple of other books that haven't been published, and a whole bunch of short stories that have never seen the light of day. Um, yeah.
Yes, and I can only imagine how challenging it is to be an author in general. I mean, it's just hard, but regardless, but you're here, and thank you for being here. We're gonna have fun. I always say that we're gonna have fun, but it doesn't always turn out like. But I think we're gonna have a good one because normally um, people aren't very excited to be on here. I kind of
Really?
I don't know. I'm just I maybe forced some people to be on here in the past. I'm just kind of spitballing. I don't know how. People are very willing to help though, so that's great. And
Yeah,
you
no,
seem
I
to be
love
very excited.
thank you for inviting me. I love doing podcasts.
Really,
I really love these kind of dual streams, like the crossing the streams. You have two
crossing the
YouTubers.
streams. I like that.
Yeah, so those are always fun, gaming together, sharing our love for these old games and the community.
Yeah. So we have some topics that we want to focus on. Welcome in Space Fuzz. Go Hobo Go.
Yeah. And hello,
Welcome in.
Sklets, friend of mine.
Oh, okay. There you
Yeah.
go.
An
Welcome in.
IRL friend.
IRL friend. Is that what you're? I've not seen that come up. Are you seeing that on your end? I only have 3 chats up. Maybe, maybe it's something different. I don't know. But anyway, we'll see what's going on. So, oh yeah, here we go. You were hiding. Oh, I didn't know you could hide stuff on here. You could hide chats. But I'm actually using my wife's computer, so I'm using my wife's log to take it to look in. So,
Hmm.
what is it? Skits? Skelettes?
Squets.
Skeletts, welcome in. Thanks for stopping
Yeah.
by. We you got
If you have top chat selected instead of live chat, that's how a lot of things disappear typically.
oh, I don't
Yeah.
know.
YouTube.
Well,
Gonna-
you'll be on there too. GWN
Hey,
GWN is
GW.
has joined us. Thanks for stopping by. So we're gonna have a good time. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, or more or less the kaiju gaga in the room. Let's go right here. Right, look at this. The beautiful new book that came out. This came out in February, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have my copy here, and let me say, so I have a 6-year-old, and we have pretty much been reading it every night since we got it. And we have so it's a choose your own adventure, right? And this is her first choose your own adventure she's ever done. So she was
Oh,
very
that's awesome.
nervous. She was very nervous in the situation, and as soon as we got to that first one, again we read the first part of it, and then we got to that first scenario, and she's like, "Well, she wouldn't choose, so I chose for her," and then she was
Hmm.
like, "No." And then she chose again, and it was the same one that I chose. But before we went to the page, she had to look at the picture to see if it was
Hmm.
favorable. Uh,
Yeah.
and she agreed with it. But then since then, we've gone down a bunch of rabbit holes. But this has been a very enjoyable read for us, especially in our household, going through in the evening. So, primarily, you write books focused on gaming and pop culture. I know this more or less focused on, like, I was getting more of the Godzilla vibes in
Yeah.
the Japanese monster movies. Kaiju, I know, is
Hmm.
monster or some horrible beast or some sort of beast.
Yeah.
Uh,
Strange beast.
Strange beast. That's right. So yeah, go ahead and so talk a little bit. No spoilers, obviously. Just talk a little bit about the book and kind of your inspiration, because I did catch a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with a lot of the Godzilla stuff, but
Hmm.
and the Japanese monster films. But I know that that was in here, and that was an inspiration, so to speak.
Yeah. So it's interesting that you're like, oh, you primarily write about that. I primarily write about gaming and video games and stuff because that's kind of how things ended up, but that's not at all like where things started or where I thought things would end up.
Right.
It's just great, like, because gaming's my hobby. That's always just been the thing on the side, and then I would kind of work it into stories from time to time, and then at a certain point people are like, oh, you're the person to go to if I want a story about like live streamers or gamers and things like that,
Hmm.
or about a particular video game. So I had done an interactive novel, which is essentially choose your own adventure without the branding. For Scholastic, I did the Five Nights at Freddy's the week before, so that was my first kind of foray into interactive fiction, like choose your own adventure stuff. I read them a lot as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was hoping that at some point I would be able to reach out to the choose your own adventure company and say like, hey, I'd love to write for you guys, because they've been reprinting a lot of older books and they've been publishing new books. But then they reached out to me first.
Really?
The editor at the time happened to know me. We're old friends, and I had no idea that he was working for Choose Your Own Adventure. We also happen to share an agent because he's also a writer and an illustrator. So he invited me to pitch like some ideas for stories, and I pitched a bunch of different ideas, and one of them I was aiming them for more for the older audience, like young adult
Mm-hmm.
readers or middle grade readers. So one of the story ideas that I had was called, I was kind of riffing on, like, I don't know if you watch anime, but there's like
Mm-hmm.
a trend in anime of these stories that have really ridiculous yet strangely descriptive titles. And so the idea that I had was, I woke up as a kaiju and I don't even know what that means. Like, that was going to be the title of the book. Um, and it was going to be about like you wake up as a kaiju, and the choices that you're making, and then you also periodically are human and trying to figure out like what's happening to you, like why is this happening. They did not take that idea, but they loved the idea of the kaiju, and they had a space, like a slot to fill in their young readers line, and they thought, oh, maybe if we did something with like a kaiju baby. So they asked if I would be interested in doing that, and I was like, I'm gonna write whatever you guys want me to write because I want to write a choose your own adventure. So like, yes, I'm on board for that.
Hmm.
I have never written. This is the first book I've written for that age group. Like
Oh
I've
yeah.
mostly done. I started out doing young adult. I've written some adult stories, and then I've been writing middle grade, and then that's the first one I've done for younger readers for that like 5 to 8 range.
Yeah.
But it was a great opportunity. Like I love kaiju movies like Cloverfield, the old Godzilla,
Hmm.
um, even stuff like Voltron and Power Rangers. Like those are all sorts of in that realm, and so it was a great opportunity. And the so I developed the idea based on that. I was like, okay, well, here's the pitch. So they knew they wanted it to be something where you find a baby kaiju and you have to like take care of it. Like that
Hmm.
was that was the basic premise that we agreed on. And so from there, I was able to kind of just work in other stuff that I'm interested in. I was like, all right, well, you're going to be at a museum and there's going to be a prop that looks like an egg, but it's going to be a real egg and it's going to hatch. And then you have to take care of it and figure out what's going on. And I was able, I got to do the favorite type of research that I get to do for writing
Hmm.
is playing video games. I played some kaiju games, and I got to watch a bunch of movies, like some Ultraman, some Godzilla films. And there's actually not a lot in like the kaiju canon about baby kaiju.
Oh.
So I felt like this was a nice opportunity to kind of build on what was there and then kind of um, come up with like my own ideas. And yeah, so that's basically the book is a lot of has a lot of references to Godzilla, kind of like Godzilla with like the serial numbers filed off to make it legally distinct. So instead of Godzilla, it's called what is it, Goroga, something like that.
Hmm.
Gargora. So, something that sounds similar to Godzilla and recognizable to being Godzilla, um, but not won't get me sued by like Toho Company.
Well, that's
So
always good.
yeah, and then the other big piece of this book is the illustrator Norm Grock,
They're very
who
beautiful illustrations. They're really
yeah,
good. They're very good.
he just made everything work even much better than they were in my head. Like it made it even an even better book. And even though I knew the scenes that he was illustrating, when I turned to them, like I was laughing. Like there's this one where you're on a school bus and you've kind of like dressed up the baby kaiju in your clothes
Hmm.
so that it looks like a kid, and it's just so ridiculous. But it made me crack up when I saw it. And he worked
Yeah.
lots of like Easter eggs and references to other kaiju media in the illustrations as well. So it was a blast to work on and great to see it.
Yeah. So you mentioned some kaiju video games. What are some examples? I'm not too familiar.
I
Yeah.
actually played a lot
Yeah, I
of
know you played a few on stream.
yeah, no, I actually played a lot. I want to get the title correct.
Sure.
I actually played a lot of Ultimate Kaiju Monster Rancher. It's like where you actually get a baby kaiju
Oh,
and raise it. So that was kind of like one of the things I use as an inspiration to kind of get myself in the head of like, okay, you have to feed it, you have to make sure that it's happy,
yeah. It's
you
like a
have to train
Tamagotchi.
it, you have to exercise it, like all that stuff. Um, and then so that was the main thing that I played. um when the book came out, I did like a month of streams
Hmm.
called March of the Kaiju. The book came out at the end of February, so all of March I played kaiju related video games. um and so that was fun. But I watched there's an Ultraman movie on Netflix,
Okay. Hmm.
where he basically like adopts a baby kaiju, so I watched that. That was pretty fun. And I watched some of the Godzilla movies, and I picked up some reference books. There's a great reference book by Sean Pryor about kaiju that kind of goes through the whole like history of them in cinema.
Hmm.
So I did a bunch of reading as well, but I was under a tight deadline as well. So there's always a limit. It's like, okay, I want to do some research to kind of get myself in the headspace of it, but then I have to just start writing, and I have to just kind of go with it.
There's always a deadline, right? That's that's
Always,
that's
yeah.
that's that's your motto. Always a deadline. We'll catch up here on chat. Go Hobo Go says his wife isn't sure how she feels about mullet here. Okay, so there you go. I understand that. Um, Skalitz Sklets? Yeah, said didn't know the literal translation of kaiju. Yeah, I looked it up. I looked it up.
Yeah,
Did it. And oh, Lord of Films asks, what about Godzilla's son,
Manila.
Manila?
Yeah, mini. I guess that's short for mini Godzilla, probably Manila. Um, yeah, that's like one of the biggest. Oh, actually, I did play. I did play the Godzilla Game Boy game, which is
Okay.
essentially it's like a block puzzle game, and Manila has been kidnapped, and you have to find him in this like labyrinth while solving these like block puzzles. And I actually enjoyed it. I don't usually like block puzzle games, but it was actually pretty fun. And you're playing as this like little chibi, like little. I'm using anime terms, like a very cute kind of squashed Godzilla. Call it
Mm-hmm.
super deformed
Okay.
in anime.
Cool.
Uh, yeah, I've heard that Go Hobo about the Godzilla GBA game. I haven't played that one yet.
It's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's something we might. I don't know. I'd like to take a look at that. Now, have you
You got
seen?
in 30 Rock, Scott says in 30 Rock they have a
Oh,
kaiju named Godzilla with a single L for Leo.
yeah.
Is it Godzilla?
And then Great White North. Thanks again for telling us about the sound. I did correct that a few minutes ago, so it was a little low,
Oh, thank
but
you.
you're good. So, um, so have you seen like the newest Godzilla movie?
The last one that came out, I have not. Um, I did watch. Oh, wait, you mean Minus Zero or what's the other one? The the Shin Godzilla. I did watch those. I watched those before working on this too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Minus Zero is great. Like I really liked. Hold on, can you hear my daughter shouting? um,
The family friendly show.
yeah, Minus Zero was great. And but I haven't seen the latest like King Kong Godzilla. There's like the new one, and there's like a whole like Godzilla TV series that I haven't seen yet, like Legendary Monsters or something like that. I haven't seen that yet.
The
It's on my
Legendary
list.
Monsters. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you want to take a look, check in on your daughter?
I can hear she's I think she's doing okay.
You're doing
She's
okay.
just
Okay. We
she's
just,
moving.
I know how it can be, especially with kids and the bedtime routine. And it always
Yeah.
seems like, just at the last minute, something happens, it explodes. But no,
Yeah.
I get it. So let's talk a little bit about your writing past. So you said that, so I know you through your video game books and the discussion. But so you said you started off with writing. What genre would you say you were in?
I say I mostly do science fiction and fantasy,
Okay.
as far as genres go. And so I originally started out writing short fiction, trying to sell that to science fiction fantasy magazines.
Mm-hmm.
And I was writing for probably 3 or 4 years, trying to get published in one of these
Oh.
magazines. And I wasn't having any success with it. And I could feel that I had reached a point where I wasn't getting any better. I started a writing group, like with very informal writing group with some friends to
Huh.
try to improve things.
Yeah.
But for most of them, it was very much like a kind of a hobby, like something that they were just having fun doing. And for me, it was something that was like I really want to make this like a professional career, not necessarily like my main job, but something that I want to, you know, I want to have. I seriously wanted to pursue publication.
Okay.
So I went to a workshop called Clarion West, which is a 6-week intensive writing workshop in Seattle, where you're gathering with like 17 other students. And each week you have a different instructor, like a different author or an editor, and you're just writing a new story every week. Every day you're critiquing 2 or 3 stories. Like it's very intensive. It's like a boot camp for
Mm-hmm.
writers. And my writing dramatically improved
Oh.
over the course of those 6 weeks. And my wife, we were dating at the time. She had seen my stuff like immediately going into the workshop, and then she saw stuff that I was working on while I was there, and she's like, "You're already improving,"
Wow.
So I just really needed to figure out how to um, critically think about a story, thinking about my own stories, but also other people's stories, and then also figure out like how to make them work. And then also obviously getting feedback from other writers and editors was incredibly helpful. So
Mm-hmm.
I did start selling stories like pretty much right after that workshop.
Okay.
Um, Actually, a story that I wrote at that workshop was like my first sale. And then I had an idea for a novel, and my wife was publishing. She was working in publishing at the time. She's like, this would make a really good young adult novel. So that's for like kids like age 14 and up for the
Mm-hmm.
most part. So I started working on a book, and that was my first YA novel. I sold it. It's called Faircoin, and I sold it and won an award. I sold a sequel, and then I was working on something else that we couldn't sell, and then I kind of started doing what they call work for hire projects.
Mm-hmm.
So I started working. The next book I wrote after those first two was called The Silence of Six, which is about teenage hacktivists. Which
Hacktivists. Wow.
it sounds very quaint now, but
Yeah.
they were trying to stop a corrupt politician from leveraging social media to cheat and win an election. This was back in
Really? Yeah. Okay. Well, that kind of came true.
2014.
We won't get into that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I clearly didn't go hard enough in that. Anyway, so I wrote the next
Yeah.
two. Those were my next two books, and then my son was born, and I kind of took a break.
Okay.
Like I took a long break from writing because I'm still working full time, and I was parenting almost full time because my wife was busy with her residency,
Mm-hmm.
and I just didn't need the extra stress. And that's actually around when I started streaming, because it was like I need something to do that isn't about me. It's not about nobody. It's not fulfilling somebody else's expectations. It's not a job. It's not something that I'm being paid for. It's not, I have to take care of somebody. It's something that's purely for me, and it's forcing me to play video games once a week,
Mm-hmm.
at least, to stream, even if it's just an hour, at least I'm playing a video game for an hour, and it's just like me time. And then I get to hang out with people. Because as
Yeah.
a new parent, I did not socialize, and we lived in like rural Pennsylvania. So I didn't have like a lot of friends nearby. But I took a break from writing, and I would occasionally write a short story if somebody invited me to like submit something for an anthology. And then I got the invitation to audition to write a RWBY tie-in novel. So RWBY is an anime series
Oh.
that was put out by Rooster Teeth, and I hadn't seen any of it yet. But I watched like some of the episodes. I was like, this is really good. It's kind of like a newer. It reminded me of like Sailor Moon and like anime that I watched
Okay. I
growing.
haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's really good. It was on YouTube. I think it's all on Hulu now. I think it's on Hulu
Okay.
now.
Yeah. Hulu has a lot of good anime picks.
Yeah. So I ended up getting that job. Like I auditioned, I wrote a sample, and
Awesome.
they
Yeah. That's
they
cool.
they picked me. So I wrote three novels and a book of fairy tales that tied into that universe. And some of those fairy tales were adapted into animated shorts. And I wrote the script for one of the animated shorts, which is why I have one of those IMDb credits.
Yeah. Okay. So you
Um,
wrote a script. Okay.
Yeah, so I wrote a script for that, and then some of the other stuff is possibly. I also wrote some serialized fiction for. It was called Serial Box, but now they're Realm, and we did like a tie-in to the science fiction series Orphan Black. So those were like podcast episodes. So I might have like IMDb credits for those. But essentially, that's kind of what dragged me back into writing. And then I started writing. So those were with Scholastic, and I wrote the Five Nights at Freddy's books. I've written some short stories. I wrote a couple, an Overwatch story. I wrote something
Oh yeah.
for um, some of their other property, like World of Warcraft, Starcraft,
Okay.
stuff like that. So yeah,
So it
top.
just, yeah, it just seems like it just unravels. And then Top is here,
Yeah,
of
I
course.
mean, for sure. And and I'm glad for the opportunities, and I always worry that they're going to stop coming, like the invitations will stop coming. I'm currently am fulfilling one deadline, one contract, and then I don't have anything else really lined up yet.
Okay,
So
well, that could
I'm, I'm
lower some of the stress.
really
That's great. Top says he elevates these proceedings, and that's probably true. You're going to elevate this. You're going to elevate us, and I think even talking about your ascension really into to writing, because I mean that's extremely impressive, right? I mean, because you have to look at it in the spectrum of this is a medium that is extremely difficult to break through, even just by the slightest. And we're not saying, we're not talking about Rowling or King level or anything like that. We're just saying, hey, let's just get a book out there that
Mm,
people will read, and
yeah.
and it's, and you even went through talking about, and you've heard it so many times, like no one will publish you, no, 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 all that rejection definitely takes a toll on a person, right?
Oh yeah.
You
I mean, you
know?
have to be very, very persistent. I've written at least one kind of essay about how gaming prepared me to be a writer, right? Because you know, if you watch someone playing a video game where they just die repeatedly over and over and over again, and then they keep trying, you know, I think that's speaks to like the quality that you need as a writer to keep sending those stories out and keep writing even when nobody's buying it. You just keep getting those rejections. It's like, no, maybe next time, maybe the next thing is going to be the one that sells, you know, or maybe the next book will be more popular
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, you know. So you need to have a thick skin to accept all the rejection and not and realize it's not like your ego. It's not like they're not probably not rejecting me. It's just the work isn't right for whatever reason. There's so many reasons why somebody would reject something that has nothing, sometimes nothing to do with the quality of the
Yeah,
work.
and I think,
Mm, yeah,
with anything, it could be writing, it could be jobs, it could be whatever,
yeah.
and it's not personal. It's
Right.
just not a right fit.
It's
Not
business, or
It's
sometimes
business.
it's luck. A lot
Yeah,
of it is luck.
is it? Yeah.
To be fair, you know.
Um, you wrote Skillets didn't know you wrote the StarCraft story.
I don't know why he doesn't know that. Was it during, I'm trying to remember if it was during the lockdown. I think it was before lockdown that I wrote that one. Um, but yeah, that was a fun one to write.
But
It's online. It's online for free. Like if you go to my website, a lot of the stories that I wrote
yeah,
are
the your link is up here. It has all your stuff there. So if
yeah.
anyone wants to check it out, but uh, so the one big thing is the New York Times bestseller,
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy, and you sent that here. And my oldest, she's 12, almost 13.
Yeah.
She took this and ran with it, so I had to find it in her room. But she's been really enjoying this, and I made the mistake of saying, "It's like, well, what is five?" Wasn't too familiar with Five Nights at Freddy because I'm old, and I'm getting older. And I asked, I said, "Well, what is this?" And then and 30 minutes later, she was still talking about it.
This
So
sounds like we have very similar kids. So my son is 11.
yeah,
So lockdown, right?
yeah.
Like unfortunately, he was doing school from home, and they gave them tablets, right, for school. And so and of course, I needed to work, and we were all like just trying to get our lives going while everyone was home. So we ended up allowing him to have more screen time than he should have.
Mm.
And he discovered the Five Nights at Freddy's videos
Huh.
on YouTube around that time. So he was about 6,
Oh wow.
right? He was very into it. He's never really been like scared of things like he, you know, like media, you know, he really was into it. He didn't play the games until like many years later, but he knew all of the lore about
Yes.
Five Nights at Freddy's, and he would
Yes.
talk about it all the time, and we would role play it and
Yep.
all that stuff, right? So I was working on the Gamers book. It's called Gamers, and then the Stream Team. I had 2 books that I was working on simultaneously, kind of a little bit staggered, but essentially writing 2 books at the same time. Scholastic was like, "Hey, would you like to write?" Yes, that one. Would you like
Yeah.
to write Five Nights at Freddy's like an interactive novel? The answer should have been no, right? Because I don't really know Five Nights at Freddy's. I didn't know Five Nights at Freddy's personally at the time,
Hmm.
but also I had 2 other books. Like and they needed it in like a month and a half or something like that, right? Like I needed to write that thing. You see how thick that book is? I had to write that in like a month and a half. So I should have
This
said no,
wow.
but my son loves Five Nights at Freddy's, and I was like, this is my chance to write something that he actually will think is pretty cool, right? That he'll say, "Oh, my dad wrote that. Like that's really neat." And it was interactive fiction, which I've always wanted to do. So I said yes. And then I had to figure out how to how to do that. Um, really under a time crunch, and I pulled it off. A lot of late nights, 2 or 3 in the morning, writing
Jeez.
2 or 3 in the morning. I don't remember half of what I wrote in that book because I was so sleep deprived that I was just like putting things down on the page. And I remember that time because in order to stay awake that long, you know, late into the night to finish the book, I would take breaks, but I needed to take breaks. I wanted to play a video game for breaks, but it had to be something I could play in very, very short increments. So I was playing through Prince of Persia on NES
Ugh. Oh
to
gosh.
stay awake because I had to use my brain to figure out how to get through each of those levels. And I would just try like 1 or 2 attempts, and then I would be, you know, ready to get back to work. Um, but yeah, I mean, it pulled it off. And so yeah, that one hit the New York Times bestseller the first week that it was out. I can't necessarily claim all of that credit for myself because really Scott Cawthon's name is on the book and it has their established fan base. But
Sure.
it did really well. Like it got really good reviews, I think, from the readers, and so it wouldn't have sold if people had gotten those like copies and said, "Oh, this is terrible," you know. So I'll take some of the credit for it.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, of course.
yeah, and once you get on that list, like you could put that on everything. So now,
Yeah.
regardless of
See?
how regardless of how it happened, you know.
Wow. And welcome in ways to gain pizza chat. Oh God.
Hey, Peter.
Kaiju Gaga is fun. Yeah, and you did write in some of these books, and so there was an incident. We'll have to go back to it. It's about a year ago, and you invited on to play one of the Turtles games,
Hmm.
and we played it together. We were having a great time, and then all of a sudden, the Pizzagate happened, and that was something.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I felt so betrayed. It's a miracle that you lured me onto your podcast after that.
Well, I just want to. I
It's like a
actually,
deep
the
dish
sole
betrayal.
reason why I got you on here is we need to clear the air here
Yeah.
because we don't want this to disdain this channel uh, of 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 the millions of fan base that
Oh,
stop
Peter,
by.
Peter's right. Listen, let me set the scene here. I think it was we were
No,
playing
yeah,
Shredder's
Shredder's
Revenge,
Revenge.
right?
Yeah.
And we're in the surfing level, and we're also there's four players. We're surfing, and each turtle on their level of this level has their own pizza, right? Like there's a pizza lined up in front of them as you go. So I'm about to get my pizza, and then Mr. Mullet swoops down in front of me and steals my pizza just before I get to it. And I'm like,
I think we heard your wife scream from the other room. It's on the
it was
it's
like
on
the
the
scene.
video.
It was like the scene. One of my favorite scenes in Spider-Man 2 is like, you know, Peter's trying to get across town to deliver pizza, and so finally he's like, he just ducks into an alleyway and changes to Spider-Man, and then zips out. And some guy sees it, and he's like, that Spider-Man stole that dude's pizza. You know, it's just like
Well,
that.
I mean, hey, to be fair, I was looking at the chat and I looked away and something happened. But I apologize sincerely because that, I've lost sleep over that. I've, lo- I've lost sleep over
Listen,
Pizzagate.
so have I. So have I. It's just
Swoops
a
in like a
nightmare that
California condor and snatches me.
replays in my mind.
Yeah, well, at least we got that. We have established that. Thank you, Peter, for talking about it because, he's an instigator, but we have that. So amazing. I mean, this is really cool. You have the Five Nights of Freddy. So talk a little bit about gamers. So
Yeah.
you were right. You're writing this,
Yeah,
and
Gamers has been great. That is a middle grade series about four kids who start an esports team at their school.
okay,
Um, so again, that one is a work for hire. I was invited to write this series, but I essentially like kind of came up with all the characters and the plot and all that other stuff. So it's an original book, but it's somebody else's intellectual property technically. Like
okay,
they own the rights to it. But it was really a great thing that brought together a lot of my passions and my interests. And it's really all about how video games bring people together, right? Even if they're stealing each other's pizza, like, form a community of people who are interested
yeah,
in the same things. And it's about a lot of kids who like they have other friends, they have other interests, but this is like their main thing, like their identity. And what an opportunity and like a joy it is to meet with somebody who connects with you on that level, right? So the main character in the first book is named Chell, and I named her after the main character of Portal.
okay,
uh, Kind of a plot point. Like her dad is like trying to become a live streamer, so I kind of got to draw on some of my experience with live streaming there. And she's starting at a new school, and she's just not having a good time making friends until she starts to connect with people over a mobile game. And then they're like, we should start a team. We should start competition, and they're the first ones in their district to do this. And I got to make up one of the great things about this book is I got to make up a bunch of fake video games that are based on real video games.
oh,
So there's like a racing game that is kind of Mario Kart like, but it's called Soapbox Derby because each of the characters can build their own racers and customize them and
hmm,
then play these like bizarre levels. And then I needed them to have a competition game, for an esports competition, and I came up with basically a variation on the platform fighter, like Super Smash Brothers. My game is called Time Bashers, and I leaned into some of the absurdity of those types of games. Like one of the games they're playing is like Time Basher Super Deluxe Extra or something like that, like where they add all these extra like kind of superlatives to them in the series. And that's actually really fun. Like, so we got we wrote the book. I wrote the book, and they're like, we have some extra pages at the back of the book. Like, is there something you want to put there?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm gonna write a strategy guide. So I wrote a
Uh,
strategy guide for this fake game,
oh, really?
and
It's at the back
yeah,
of the
it's at
book.
the back of the book. Like, if you flip to it, like it's modeled after those old like Prima Brady games,
Yeah.
strategy.
Oh, yeah.
It gives you all these tips and techniques for time bashers, and
There we go.
I got to put in some characters and
Put
some
this
like
right
lore that
here.
I wasn't able to fit into the book itself. So
There we go. That's pretty
you got
cool.
that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably read this one, just because all the other ones are taken. All
Yeah,
the
I
other
should have
ones.
sent you. I should have sent you extra copies. Yeah, that one's been so much fun to write. The second one is coming out in
Okay.
June 30th. It just got the deadline. The publication date just got pushed back. And in that one, they're competing with a different game. I sort of did a kind of it's like a what is it, first person, third person kind of what do they call them? It's a territory defense kind of game. Um, and so that was a lot of fun to play with.
Oh,
And
okay.
then there's lots of like one of the characters. The second book, the main character, the POV character is Bard, and he's really into old games. So I was able to kind of draw on that, and he's starting to get into like speed running stuff.
Oh.
So I got to make up a bunch of other fake games in there. And one of my favorite things that I made up for that one is there's also like there's it's a game that you don't really see, but you there are kids who are fans of it. So have all these like goofy T-shirts and things.
Hmm.
And so I made this game called Cheddar Hollow, which is actually kind of like Animal
Yeah.
Crossing, like Stardew Valley, that kind of thing. And so, I may actually have to make up some T-shirts for that one.
That's pretty cool.
A little bit like Splatoon too,
Yeah.
Peter. There's actually a couple of games like that. One of them uses colors, called Color Wars, and then there's this other one that is called Solar X Ball. It's pronounced Solar Ball, but it's Solar X Ball.
Hmm.
And it's essentially like there's a solar ball in play, and you have like different team players who have different teammates, have different abilities, and you have to keep the ball airborne. And as long as it's airborne, so you can't just hold the ball and run with it. You have to either throw it to people, or you have to keep it like up in the air. As long as it's airborne, it keeps charging. And when it's fully charged, if you get it into the opponent's goal, then you win the match. um, and you can also use it to attack. Like, there are no weapons. You can only use the
Hmm.
ball to attack other characters, by like charging with certain effect and then throwing it at them and having it bounce back and things like that. So it's a little bit of that, and a little bit of like there's a little bit of Overwatch in it, like those sorts of
And he
games.
said Quidditch.
It's like Splatoon, like Quidditch. It's all these things. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's a little bit of Quidditch into that too, from She Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yeah, I got you. I kind of mentioned it. Welcome in, Ty Lord. Thanks. We are handsome devils. We are handsome.
Mhm.
Ooh, I'm feeling it. Feeling it. So, so what are you reading now?
What am I reading now? I'm
Yeah.
actually reading a book called Startup Hell by my friend Caitlin Rozakis.
Okay.
She she's doing this series called Everyday Enchantments. So it's sort of modern comedy romance with fantasy. It's set in like a world where there are magic users, but it's also very mundane. Like, the main character just works for like a startup business, and she encounters a demon. I'm reading it not only because she's a friend of mine, and we go way back. She was actually in that early writing group that I was
Oh,
talking
okay.
about before. Um, yeah, she's on fire. She started publishing. Her first book came out last year, and she's got like this is her third book that's coming out. She's doing really well.
Wow.
But I'm actually going to do an event with her next month. When the book launches, we're doing a conversation at Barnes and Noble. So I guess I'll be interviewing her and talking about
Okay.
her books,
That's cool.
which was cool of her to invite me. So that'll be in Manhattan. So I have to read the book before I talk to her about it.
Right. And so do you generally tend to, I guess, read more of the people that you have become close to within the writing community that are starting to get published, or
Not
or are
necessarily.
you just
Hate
all
that
over the
word. Thank
place
you.
wherever?
I read lots of stuff.
Yeah,
I
okay.
haven't
Well,
had a
that's
lot
good.
of time for reading, and when I'm working on a deadline, when I'm writing, all most of my reading will be around research, like something that will inform the book. But I since I started having kids, like I have a hard time reading a lot because I get very tired
Hmm.
at night when I try to read. The last thing I read, I actually am a part of a book club, like in my community, and so I sometimes will read those books, and that'll give me some incentive. And so the last book that I read is called The Names, and it's not a multiverse novel, but it's about a woman who um, is supposed to name her child like Gordon, like she's taking him to get registered, but she hates the name Gordon. Her husband's had this name, he's a Gordon, his dad was a Gordon, all this other stuff, and so she in an act of rebellion names the child something else,
Hmm.
and there's like three options for the kid's name, and the book then splits off and you follow her path with each of those essential timelines, of okay, the timeline where she named him Gordon, the timeline she named him Julian, the timeline where she named him Bear, which was a name that his sister had picked out. It's a heavy book. It's a
Oh,
contemporary, like
yeah.
kind of New York Times bestseller kind of thing. But it's about abusive relationship. Her husband's
Mm.
abusive. And in some realities, some of those paths she escapes him, and in some of them she doesn't. And her son turns out differently depending on which of those timelines she's in. So it was really fascinating. It spoke to a lot of things that I like in fiction. And like, it's not science fiction, but it reads like a science fiction, kind of like a sliding doors kind of thing, like the what if,
Hmm.
how reality can change depending on one decision that shifts everything.
Hmm.
Um,
Peter has a question here.
yeah.
He says, if you were to host an event around one of your books, which one would you choose?
That's an interesting
Yeah,
question.
that's a good one.
I mean, typically you would do an event around like the book that's about to come out, the thing that's launching. So I don't know. I think I wouldn't pick an older book I've already published. I've done some events for Kaiju Gaga, like some
Oh, yeah.
signings and some school visits, which were fun because that's such a fun book to do in a group. Making it interactive. I actually have a PowerPoint presentation with all the illustrations from the book in it, so that I can follow along and have it on the screen as I'm paging through the story. But I probably would choose my next one, which is or the book that I'm writing right now, which is called Quantum Creep. It's another choose your own adventure, but for like the middle grade audience, like slightly older audience. So that would be a fun one to do an event around.
Yeah, I mean these choose your own adventures seem to be pretty good, pretty cool to have a event for, especially with kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, AI assisted novel writing. What are your opinions about that? That doesn't happen. I've no,
Tyler, well, it does. Tylord
what?
yeah, Tylord is choosing to start a controversy. I don't know how much of a controversy. So I hate it. I hate the idea of it. I'm never going to do that. I don't even want to use AI at all in my day job, although there's been increasing pressure to kind of use it to make things more efficient somehow. I don't know. But people do use AI in writing books, um, because they may use it for research. They may use it to help brainstorm a book, like an idea, or in some cases they'll say, just give me the idea and I'll go write that. Some of them use it to actually write the book. I'm not kidding. On Amazon you can find those. Some of them may
Huh.
use it to proofread a book, copy edit a book, or slightly improve a book, whatever. All those scenarios are happening right now. I hate it. I don't think there's nothing creative about AI. It's just it's a language learning model, right? So it's just kind of it's just predicting like what words go together.
Hmm.
There's nothing creative about that process. So I'm 100% against it. On top of that, uh, those LLMs, the language learning models, have been trained on stolen work, like books and
Uh,
things that have been fed into it, which include my books.
yeah.
They have a database of the things that were fed into which one was it? I forget which one it was. But they theoretically they owe me money. Like theoretically I will get like maybe $3,000 or something per book that they stole of mine. But
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't support it. And then on top of all that, like aside from those concerns, like the ethics of stealing and whether you should use it or not in like your creative process, like they're horrible for the environment. They are just like destroying.
Yeah, with the data centers.
Yeah, and the rising up energy costs. There's so many reasons not to use them, and so very few reasons to use them. I think AI, like true AI, has its value in
Yeah.
certain scenarios. Like I think some of it's very helpful in like medicine, things like that. But generative AI, I think, should just go in the landfill like next to ET or something.
Oh, crazy times. Don't use AI. I just steal it from the bookstore.
Nice one, top spot.
The,
Top spot.
and then why am I blushing? I am not blushing. This is just how I look. This is how I look today. It's hot, man. It got up to 80 degrees here.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I'm wearing a tie. I shouldn't be, but I am. Um,
I underdressed today.
well, of course, you didn't get the
Casual.
memo. You didn't read my memo. Uh, um, okay. Well,
Yeah, thanks for the question, Tyler.
yes. Yeah. I mean, it definitely needs to. I mean, AI is just everything. I mean, and then they want us to use it, and then as Skalitz says that he wanted to do mundane tasks so we could be more creative, and instead it's stopping people from being creative and forcing us to focus on more mundane
Yeah.
being
And it's
mundane.
also like it's also like it's like kind of averaging everything out. Like everything is becoming so bland. Like there's no like creative spark to the things that they're writing. Like everything is following like a pattern, right? If
Hmm.
you read something that was written by AI, like it's very predictable.
Yeah,
You know.
it was written by AI, but I don't know.
Yeah, and then it's also like they're pushing it into schools for some reason
I
and
just
kind
don't
of
get
thinking
it.
about how it's going to affect kids who have to use it or start to rely on it. Like I have friends who are, college professors, and they're seeing their students using them. And then it's harder and harder to detect it with 100 with with accuracy. um it's a mess. It's a mess. I'd like it to go away, please.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. Um, we'll see. I guess we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow half the time.
But that's
So
actually what my new book is about. So Quantum Creep is
okay,
about
yeah, let's
a
do
kid
a
who
plug for it.
it's a kid who i- starts using a digital assistant, an AI digital assistant in school,
Okay.
and it deals a little bit with like whether he should be or not. But the real question is in the book, the mystery that's driving the action is like, is it an actual AI? Like, is it real artificial intelligence versus this generative stuff that's just like an algorithm kind of thing, or is it a person who's pretending to be an AI, which is also kind of a thing. Like if
It
you
is
look
a
back,
thing. I heard about that on the radio not too long ago.
so so that's kind of like the where that story goes, and there's a bunch of weird stuff that happens depending on which path you go through. And it's if I can pull it off, it'll be really cool. I turned in a draft of it, and my editor's looking it over, and I'll be revising it soon. So then I'll be back under a deadline. But I'm really excited about some of the stuff that I'm doing in it. Some of the twists that I have in it, or at least some of the paths, are things I've never seen in a choose your own adventure book. Um, and I think it'll be really cool if I get it out there and people get to experience that. So.
So there's really no time frame. Well, that will come out. You're just sending it back, and they'll send it back to you, and
Should be. It's on a
you just do
schedule.
the dance.
I think it's coming out next year. I don't know the
Ah.
exact date. But these things, the work. This is also a work for hire. Like they hired me to write this thing. Um, they often have hard deadlines, and you have to hit your deadlines because they've got a whole production schedule. Like right now, they're looking at illustrators for the book, right? So they have to get that started, and they have to, I've already seen a rendition of the cover, which looks terrific.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's like it's on their schedule. Like their publishers typically will work like a year to 2 years out on their
Oh,
lineup,
okay.
so that they know like what's coming. There's like everything has a slot, and if you push back one deadline, that affects like everything. So I try real hard to hit my deadlines and be on time with
So
stuff.
we're learning about it. So when my memoir comes out, I'll understand the process. When I work on that, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So, like, when you're working on your first novel and you're sending it out, like you're maybe trying to get an agent or your agent is shopping around, like
Okay.
there's no deadline there because no publisher's picked it up yet. But once a publisher picks it up, like they figure out where it's going to fit in their schedule. And they'll be like, if I sold a book today, like an original book to a publisher today, it would not be published for probably 2 to 3 years because that's
Ugh.
how far out they're slotting things in. But I would know, like, okay, this is going to be our like quarter 3 2028 book or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then there'd be a process leading up to that where I would be revising the novel and going back and forth, and then they would be working on the cover. All this stuff is like because they're not making just one book, they're making like 30 books at a time or whatever. So everything all fits together.
Wow.
Yeah, so like yeah, the only time you don't have to worry about deadlines is before you sell your book, I guess. Yeah.
I'm just joking. I don't have any ideas for anything, to tell you the truth. Not even for this stream. I have no ideas for it. So there we go.
Peter's asking things we've never seen, so the reader won't die. I can't promise that, but
Oh,
some things could be worse than death, perhaps. Um,
the bunch of office workers at work were bragging about how AI could do all their work a few months ago. No, they don't. Now they don't work there anymore.
well,
That-
maybe they've been replaced by AI. Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know. My job is really pushing AI more, and I'm very resistant to it because I don't think it saves you any time. Like it's also like the other thing that it's doing, because you see a lot more articles now about how it's affecting people's ability to really think
Mm.
and to be critical, and how much people start to rely on it. And then there's all the stuff about people who are using like the chatbots, and they're like talking to chatbots and they're suicidal, or the chatbot tells them to do
The
something.
whole thing.
And there's a lot of messed up stuff, especially kids, like or people who are sort of vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad, and the companies aren't being held accountable for it, and there's no regulation, and they just keep trying to force it into everything, everything. My email, like, and it's very insulting. Like part of my day job is I send out email blasts, and every time I go in there, it's like, would you like AI to write this for you? I was like, no, that's my freaking job. Like that's what I do. No, I don't want you to do that for me. Like,
Gosh. Oh,
Nathan sweats.
yeah. Main character
Wait, isn't that
was.
called the Amazing Digital Circus? No.
So let's talk a little bit about streaming and gaming. So you've been streaming for a while. How long have you been streaming for?
I want to say like 8 years or so,
Jeez. Yeah.
maybe more than that.
Yeah. Because I know that you have a lot of live streams out there, and you kind of got into it how you wanted to, why you wanted to stream, just
Yeah,
because you had. It happens, it happens to all of us, and I think we're kind of in that age range and age group where it's tough to get out and to hang out with people, or
yeah,
we don't maybe not want to, and in the comforts of our own home. But this is great, you can go on, you can talk to your buddies from all over the world, from all over the country, wherever, and you have a good time playing a game. So it makes sense, I guess,
yeah,
to us or a small group of people, but for others, to each their own, right? We're not here to judge, how you interact with people. Maybe you wear a wig or a suit or something like that and talk to people online. I don't know. That doesn't happen here. However,
I don't actually need glasses. I'm just
yes, you don't need glasses.
no, I'm
So
kidding. I
there you
really
go.
need
Oh, you do. Ah, well. Anyway, so what was your first game you streamed?
I had a couple of attempted streams. I mean, obviously, it
Uh,
was always going to be NES, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to make it work. Like, do I want to emulate? And my computer at the time was almost just a little bit better than a potato, so it couldn't really handle emulating and streaming at the same time, which I discovered. And then I realized, like, okay, maybe I can just I can do it off of hardware, so I had to figure out how to do that off of like an original NES. But it was always going to be NES to start with, and then I
Mm.
was going to play some like modern games occasionally if my computer could handle it. It could not handle it very well. But I wasn't at first. I was just going to do like whatever I felt like playing. But then I decided that it was too hard to figure out what I was going to play every week. Right? There's too many options of things to play. And so Peter mentioned the alphanumeric NES series, so that's what I decided to do. I have a really big NES collection of cartridges. Right now I probably have more than 450 cartridges that I've collected over the years, over my life. It's my life's work.
Hmm.
But really just for fun, right? Just to have a lot of really making up for the fact that I only had like, a dozen cartridges as a kid. And then once I got a job and a quote disposable income, I started buying cartridges cheap. I just decided I'm just going to play every NES game that I own that I haven't played before, in alphanumerical order, and that'll just make it easy. And then at least every game that I have, I will have played at least a little bit of. So that's kind of how that happened. So the first one I did was, I think, was it I guess it was 3D World Runner, because that's number 3. So 3D World Runner was the first one that I did with that series, and then I just kept going from there.
Skelet says it was your first stream was Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah, maybe in a parallel universe. Yeah.
What weirdo would wear a wig
How
and a
old are
suit and
you?
stream games and play them very badly? Hey, let's get into that. It's hard to stream games and play, especially tough games. But
Yeah,
you're trying to talk and you're trying to be interactive and you have all this stuff going. I mean,
yeah,
don't knock it until you try it. It's tough.
it
And
is.
the ones that are actually playing games very well on stream, well, they're the ones that are making the money. So go watch them if you
Some of
want.
them,
Some of
yeah.
them maybe, but no. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to do, but and then so you primarily focus. You're primarily like me. You focus on the retro stuff and
Yeah.
some of the hard stuff, and just go from there. So anything that like sticks out that any memorable events or streams or anything that you can remember that pops out exciting.
Uh, there are a bunch. I mean, there was one night I was playing Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yes, like we are
I was
tonight.
playing through the Famicom version of it because I'd never played through the Famicom version of it, and I had discovered that it was slightly different, right? And for whatever reason, it was like a random Saturday night. I had like 230 viewers.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
was like, I don't know why that's happening, but I've been chasing that high, ever since.
Yeah, Super Mario Bros. 3 does attract a lot of people. I guess maybe that's why we have it tonight, so we could promote your book more. There you go.
But I also have been really into homebrew NES games, and so and
Okay.
for a while I was one of the few people who's streaming them at all, like giving them any attention at all. And I was playing one called Assimilate, which is like you have a UFO and you go around, you kidnap people, you beam them up to your ship, and then you assimilate them, and then you spit them back out again. But then there's all this other stuff happening. It's really good. It's really hard. It gets really hard in the later levels. And I was trying to finish it because I got very far into the game,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember playing like 3 or 4 in the morning, and that was one of the first streams that Megadan 29 and I actually
Mm-hmm.
bonded on. He was one of the last people to like. He stayed up watching me play this game
Wow.
until I did. So that was cool. Like a lot of those moments, playing a game with
Sure.
somebody else. I had a really good time playing Castlevania Chronicles with Omega Ace Gaming. Like we did a dual stream, and he was kind of giving me some tips while I was playing it. That was a lot of fun. Um, there's like streams that I remember the events around them. I was playing Metroid 2, and
Mm.
from one week to the next, like my cartridge lost the save because of
I know that.
battery on that, right?
Yeah.
So then I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna play this through to the end tonight. I'm just gonna play it all in one sitting. So it was like 6 or 7 in the morning, and I was up to like the boss, I think, or the last stage. I was like, I actually had to go make breakfast for my wife because she had a test that day. So I went, made breakfast for her, took a nap, and then I came back and I finished the game, like, and recorded and like uploaded it because I just left it running. I just left it on. you know,
Wow.
I was playing it on the Super Game Boy, so it was on my system. Yeah, there's lots of some of the games that I just stayed up so late playing them, or games that I had really tough boss fights that I was fighting a boss for like 4 hours in Battle Kid. I think
Four
fought the boss
hours? Oof.
like 4 hours. It was like I think it was like my 100th NES alphanumeric stream, and I did a game, and then I went to Battle Kid, and it was like at the boss, and it took me 4 hours to beat that boss. Um, and I don't know, people hung out. People stuck with me on it. Can't imagine
Hey,
how much fun it is to watch me dying over and over and over again. But I
I
appreciate
think
that
it's
people.
it's just the persistence. They were there. They were there. Speaking of being here, welcome in Joe Boyce. Good to see you. Joe Boyce says my dad's dream was growing up was having a motorcycle and a cool classic car. My dream is having a big NES collection, and I guess you could say that's what a midlife crisis looks like for
Kind of,
gamers.
yeah,
Um, and
yeah.
you did say 6, 7. You did say 6 or 7, 6, 7. It comes back. What's oh well, Lord of Films wants to talk to you about Scrapyard. Have you ever played that game?
Is that on the Genesis?
It is an Atari game. It
An
is-
Atari game.
yeah,
Scrappy. I don't think I've played it
it's
before.
terrible.
Okay.
He just says it to everybody that's on.
Should I try it?
No, you shouldn't,
Okay.
because it's like one of the worst games I've ever
Is it a
played.
2600 game or like 7100?
No, it is. What is it?
Jaguar?
No, it was on the Lynx. They have
Oh,
two
Link.
versions. They have the Lynx, and then they had it was
Oh,
the 800. It wasn't the 2800. I
I've
don't know.
heard of it. I feel like I might have seen somebody play a little bit of it
Yeah, I
before.
was playing it.
I don't think I had a
Oh,
good impression.
7800. A Lynx is 7800, and it's on the Atari collection. But now we
Oh,
always
then
have
I
to get
must
into
have
that
played it in
conversation. Uh,
like the Atari 50 thing. Is it in there?
yes,
I
it's
must
in
have played a
there.
little bit of it then. I must have
It's
played a little bit of it then.
yeah, it's not worth your
I
time.
don't think it left a good impression.
No. But regardless, so so talk a little bit about NES Homebrew. Now, I know
Yeah,
that's getting quite popular here.
I think
Uh,
so. I think it's been increasing. Well, it was very niche for a while, right? And then I think it's picked up a bit because there's this thing called NES Maker. Somebody developed
mm,
essentially a program that helps you develop a homebrew NES game. And some really good games have come out of that. There's also been a lot that are just very kind of mid. But consequently, there's been a great influx of indie games coming out on the NES, lots of Kickstarters and things like that, and quality varies. I tend to enjoy more the ones that are actually like programmed in like either 6502 assembly code, like the way they did back in the day, or some people program in C plus, like they're doing it all from like scratch, or they're using NES Maker as like a basis for it and then building a lot on it instead of limiting themselves to like what the engine can do, right? Because that's kind of what you end up getting is a lot of games that like are all have the same limitations because they were all using the same tool to make them. Um, but some games, some really amazing games have come out of there because a lot of the time it's going to be a matter of how creative you are with the tools that you have and like what you do with them. But yeah, just today I got like two homebrew NES games in the mail. One's called Pio Pal,
hmm
which was released by Limited Run a while back, and the original cartridge that they released had a voltage issue that could potentially harm your system over time.
hmm.
They just sent a replacement cartridge out, and then I got another one from Mega Cat Studios called Echoes of the Unread that I'm very excited to play. There's so many homebrew NES games now that I have a massive backlog of homebrew games,
Wow.
which is a weird position to be in. On top of the all the other games that I haven't played, right? That are the licensed commercially licensed games. So I think this summer I'm probably going to do like one summer. A couple summers ago, I did like a summer of just homebrew NES games. I'm probably going to do another one this summer because I have so many of them now. And a lot of them I have cartridges. A lot of them come out on physical
Yeah.
cartridges. I have like a big collection of homebrew cartridges, but a lot of them also will just come out on like ROMs, and I can load them on like EverDrive and play them on hardware or some other system. Yeah, I do have that homebrew game that has a Wi-Fi card built into it. Yeah, it's a fighting game. I need to actually I have an update. It has an update. I can connect to the Wi-Fi connect to the internet on this cartridge and update it because they've added new characters and stuff to it, and I haven't done it yet. I meant to do it either I wanted to record it or do it on a stream so people could see like this bizarre thing happen.
Yeah. So,
Um,
so if someone is getting into homebrew, what game or games would you recommend that they start with?
my favorite homebrew NES game, or at least one of my top favorite homebrew NES games, is called Twin Dragons.
Okay.
It's from Broke Studio. You can buy it online. It's a platformer where you play as two different dragons that have slightly different abilities, and it's just the complete package. Like it's just the right amount of challenge, beautiful graphics, great music, really clever. Just very feels very classic. Like this is an NES game that could have come out back in the day. There's the Haunted Halloween games are really good. A new one just came out. I haven't even played it yet. The one that just came out this year. May say that one for Halloween, I guess. Those are really good. There is an amazing game called Full Quiet, which I think if you are somebody who likes NES games but mostly play modern games, like that is perfect because it is a perfect blend of kind of really ambitious gameplay within the limitations of the NES. Like it's essentially, I'm trying to figure out how to describe it exactly. It's not quite a Metroidvania, but it is a game which requires a lot of exploration,
Hmm.
puzzle solving. It's also a platformer in some areas, and there are lots of creatures to kill, and you have to figure out how to get past them. It's got some really interesting mechanics. Like if you were out in the wilderness, and you have to find these various radio stations and intercept messages through Morse code
Oh,
over this
really?
entire video. If you're out after like 3 a.m., a giant monster will come and kill you instantly, right? So you
Oh,
have to, unless you can defend yourself against, so you have to not do that,
right.
right? You're exploring all these different areas. The graphics are amazing. It's just possibly a little bit too complicated because I have to draw maps and I have to like write down codes and I have to figure out these puzzles and things like that. And I have
Oh,
to really be
yeah.
locked into it. So it's not something that I was able to do pick up and play. And at the time that it finally came out, it was in development for like 5 years. The time it finally came out, I just did not have the time to commit to sitting and like focusing on it. It feels like a AAA modern game, but built on an NES. In fact, if you have a Super NES controller and
Yeah.
an adapter to play it on your Nintendo, you can actually map the extra buttons to different functions.
Really?
So
Wow.
it's yeah. So then it really feels more like a newer kind of game. So that's really great. Let's mention Battle Kid. That's a really good game if you like the try and die mechanic of just um, just really brutal kind of like Kaizo gameplay. But that was one of the first ones that I really got into. But there's so many different games, and we're at the point where there's a homebrew game for like any type of play style, like anyone who likes. There's like puzzle games. There's
Really? I have to look into this more. So there's thousands and pung thousands
I
of
don't know
games.
that there are thousands of homebrew.
Oh,
There are hundreds of them certainly.
okay.
I don't know that they're necessarily all worth playing. There's a Zapper game. I played one recently that was very good. Actually, one of the kaiju games that I played is called Mega Kaiju Boom Ball,
Okay.
and it's like a combination of pinball and Pinball Quest and Arkanoid, where you have a paddle and you have a ball, and you have to aim the ball at different kaiju that are on the screen, and you can knock them out that way. Um, it was really fun. It's really good. There's just a lot. There's like shooters. There's shoot 'em ups. There's procedural games, procedurally generated like dungeon crawlers.
Mm-hmm.
There's bowling games. There's a bowling game that's about to come out called Beyond the Pins 2. There's some like it's
Really?
like it's a point and click that's coming
Okay.
out. There's just so many different games.
Yeah.
Like
And Burger
I would
Champ.
say, like look if you really want to know. Like
Yeah.
anybody who's interested, just message me separately or look at some of the things that I've streamed, like that I've played. Escape, that's great. That's an escape room game.
Yep.
It's a point and click escape room game. It uses the Super NES mouse. Like
Oh.
if you have that adapter,
Wow.
you can use the mouse to move around on the screen. You can
Mm.
use the controller too, but the mouse is really much better.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredibly elaborate. Thank you for mentioning that one, Burger Champ. Hours Awakening. So Hours Awakening is an indie game, right? That came out from Eldon Pixels, and it was very much done in the NES style, right? It's a Metroidvania in the NES style. They actually hired Brad Smith, who's a game developer who made another really fantastic homebrew game called Lizard. They hired him to port Owl's Awakening to the NES,
Oh,
right? And they had
yeah.
already kind of stayed within a lot of the limitations, the color limitations and things like that. But he actually added stuff to the game, and so his version of the game, the NES port of Owl's Awakening, they consider the definitive version of the game now. So yeah, there's just so much good stuff out there,
And
and
then
I forgot
if you just
and a
have an
big backlog.
NES, you have those carts you can put it in. Yeah, I've seen them. I mean,
Yeah,
I didn't know. Like, I guess you can sell them, right? Nintendo's
the
not going to
cards,
sue
yeah.
you, right? They might
Oh
try.
yeah, I mean they're not licensed. There's like some of them have to be careful about. Some of them are careful about the trademark. Some of them won't even say like Nintendo Entertainment System on them. Some of them don't care. Some of them will just like copy the seal of approval, that kind of stuff.
Just
They,
for fun. Yeah.
but the trademark, the patent on the NES is long gone,
Hmm.
and Nintendo hasn't really pursued any homebrew developers and say no, you can't publish this on air. So I mean, they tried, right, with the Tengen carts back in the day, the unlicensed games.
Hmm.
um Nowadays, of course, it's very easy to work around that, but they're not interested in stopping people from selling original NES games on unsupported hardware. Some of those games have actually been released on the Switch, like
Oh,
some of them have been ported to
really?
Steam and Switch. You can play yeah, you can play some of them on the Switch. Full Quiet, the one that I just talked about, you could play that on the Switch,
Hmm.
and probably you would never know that that it can play on an actual NES. You would probably just think, oh, it's a retro style, game, modern game, right? There's also a ton of Game Boy homebrew.
Oh.
I have to do more in that area myself, like playing more of those. And there's homebrew for Genesis and even the Super Nintendo. But probably the biggest areas are going to be NES and Game Boy right now. Game Boy has something called Game Boy Studio, GB Studio, which
Okay.
is another engine for developing homebrew games. But it seems very robust, and I've seen a lot of variety in the types of games that people have made with that.
Now, have you ever tried to make a homebrew game?
I have not yet. I do
Okay.
have NES Maker. I have aspirations of making a homebrew game at some point. I'm working with a couple people on some projects that are some are for the NES, some are not for the NES. I've always kind of supported the homebrew community in my ways, not a developer, as someone who, like, I love highlighting the games and like streaming them and getting people talking about them, promoting them.
Hmm.
I have offered my services like as a writer and an editor. So if somebody wants somebody to proofread their manual or something like that, like come to me. Like I'm happy to do that. So I've kind of been involved in some of the communities there, like some guidebooks and things like that. Also, I love to play test, so I've been play testing some homebrew games. Um, I think I'm a good kind of player because I'm not as good as like a speedrunner,
Hmm.
but I'm very persistent, and I've
Yeah.
also done like QA work in the past, like doing testing and stuff like that. So I can break things if I have to. But I think I give a good you get a good sense of like what an average player who is like maybe a little bit more persistent than some people would be will do with
Right.
their
And I
game.
think I think that's kind of what sets us apart. Is just
Yeah,
we're just persistent, and the game's not going to win. Uh,
yeah.
what so what have you been recently streaming? Anything? You do
So
Metroid on Sundays, and you
yeah,
could
I'm
go over
doing
your
Metroid
stream schedule
Prime.
too.
Mhm. I so I after I finished the NES alphanumeric, um, I'm still buying NES games occasionally, but so I will periodically come back to the NES alphanumeric stuff. But I started recently doing like themes by season, so I'll focus on one console for a season. So like
Hmm. Yeah, I like that. I like that you do
yeah,
that.
so that gives me some opportunity to give attention to some of the other things that I have set up. Like last summer, I did the some summer 64. I did N64.
Yes, yeah, that was fun.
Right now, I'm doing spring clearing, where I'm clearing old NES games
Yeah.
that I've been really close to finishing. Like I have a password close to the end of the game or save game close to the end of the game, and I just need to finish the game. So I just finished Willow. And I've got some other things to work on. But what else am I streaming? What I want to stream soon is I just picked up UFO 50 for the
Mm-hmm.
Switch, and I want to do all 50 games at one point. So I'm
On
probably gonna
stream.
that'll be like an ongoing series. I
Yeah.
just don't know when that's gonna be. If that's gonna be like
Yeah.
my Sunday night game after I finish Metroid Prime, or if I'm gonna fit in an extra stream sometime, or if I'm gonna do them on Wednesdays, or it might just be like the thing that I play when I don't feel like playing something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And it's tough to play long games, especially
Yeah.
RPGs and stuff like that. Do you play a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
those?
I don't play a lot of RPGs because there's often a lot. So my first RPG was Dragon Warrior, like it was for a lot of
Yeah.
people who grew up with the NES, because I got a free copy from Nintendo Power, and
Okay.
mostly I remember like how much of a drag it was to be playing, like the grinding and the constant enemy encounters and things like that. So that kind of turned me off to JRPGs for like a long time. And it ends up being that then they do take a long time to play. I'm actually
Mm-hmm.
playing, so like off stream, I'm playing Soul Blazer right now for the first time, and that's been
Oh,
a
that's
lot of
such a
fun.
good game.
It's such a good game.
Such a good game.
um but I'm getting more into RPGs. I've sort of been joking, but I also kind of mean it. Like, as I get older, obviously my reflexes are going to be getting worse and worse and worse, and
Right?
so I don't think I'll be able to play platformers to the level that I would want to be. That's going to be my RPG era, right? Where I'm doing turn-based combat
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
So
Where
you're
you know,
sunsetting yourself. There you go.
sunsetting myself. Yeah, I love the story though. I love the story modes of
Yeah.
RPG.
So, of course I do the reviews, but I've been playing Chained Echoes, and I've just been recording it on the channel just so I can get every bit of the game, so I can pull
Mhm.
stuff from it. But
Yeah,
that's the story in that game is really good. Chained Echoes, and it was all developed, written by one guy,
yeah,
and it's an indie title, but it's just the recommendation.
yeah.
Skelett says there's at least one UFO 50 game you should not play unless you're a true masochist. And when I wonder
You
what
saw
that
me
is.
play through Battle Kid and Battle Kid 2, so I think you know.
And then Soul Blazer uses some of the same graphics and SFX as ActRaiser's. Yeah, ActRaiser is an amazing title.
Actually,
I
it's
mean,
good.
so many
I played
games.
that last year for the first time. That
You
was really good.
ActRaiser? Did you like it?
I loved it. I
Yeah, it was
loved it.
so good. It's so good. I'm thinking about doing that as well. All right, so we'll go just some quick fire, and then we need to get into a game here. So,
Yeah.
some basic stuff. Favorite game of all time?
Super Mario Brothers 3. It's a boring
Oh,
answer, but it's the answer.
really? So I might be in in the ground with this one. You might be.
Well, as we discovered, there's a little bit of lag
Yeah, and I have that
with
mention. I have
which
that
is the great
mention.
equalizer.
It is the great equalizer. We'll see. Favorite book of all time?
That is a tough one. That is a
Aha.
tough one. There's a lot, but I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna say The Silver Crown by Robert C. O'Brien. It's a
Silver
book I
Crown.
read as a child, and it blends science fiction and fantasy.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I mean, just go read it. It was out of print for like the longest time, for like 20 years, and then
Really?
it came back out. So now I have multiple copies of it, various editions. I would say it's one of those like formative books. I feel like if you ask most people what their favorite book is, a lot of them will answer with a book that they read when they were a kid.
Hmm.
Um, because like modern books, I don't know, they don't change you as much as they don't leave as much of a mark on you as I think something that you encountered when you were younger.
I mean, as well. I mean, I think my favorite book of all time is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I read that in college,
Yeah.
and that's when I started to get into reading. Though, like I
Okay.
didn't. So I guess that makes sense because
Yeah.
for years and years and years, I would just read novel after novel, have a stack of them. Now my wife's. Oh, we'll get into that. But first off, yeah. So I've read a lot, but now I'm into audiobooks. We've talked about audiobooks before. I
Yeah.
just do it as more of a convenience for
Oh yeah.
me and whatnot.
I listen to a lot of podcasts. I don't listen to a lot of audiobooks. I used
Yeah.
to listen to some like narrative short fiction, but the way that I process fiction, like I think I like to see it on the page, right? Because
Oh
I'm
yeah,
also like
absolutely. And
possibly I'm also like looking at it because I'm sort of learning from it, right? Like the way that sentences are
yeah.
constructed are a little bit harder to
But
really
I'll
appreciate that.
definitely I'll read this copy though. This will go
Oh,
next to
hey,
my
Video
bed.
Game Library is here.
Oh,
How you
there we
doing?
go. Oh my gosh. The celebrity here. Welcome in, Video Game Library. Welcome in, Dean. Good to see you. But yeah, we've been talking. We've been up his alley. We're talking about the video game books and stuff like that. So, um, who's an author? And you might have already said them, but an author that you would recommend, or
Oh,
authors, to and how about top five authors that you would recommend to the
holy
group?
cow. Okay, I'll see what I can do there. Connie Willis.
Okay.
She writes mostly like science fiction. I mean, it really depends on what you read or what you like.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Gosh, that's a tough one, especially because I know a lot of authors. If you like for like younger readers, like your kids, you should check out some William Slater books.
William Slater. Okay.
Um, Slater, Sleator. Interstellar Pig is a fantastic book.
I've heard of that.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Octavia Butler, also great science. She was a great science fiction writer. Trying to think. It's really hard
I
to
know. Get you on the
you know.
spot.
Yeah, right. I'm like looking at my shelves because I've got these shelves back here, um, which have all these books on them. Gosh, I don't know. That was only three, right?
We
I
could
just
do
got a
this
new Philip Reeve. Philip
with
Reeve,
Breve.
one of my favorite authors. He writes this. There was a movie called The Mortal Engines that came out some years back, which is about a traction city. It's the city of London, like marauds the countryside and swallows smaller towns and cities,
Oh,
and uses their resources. So he wrote this whole series. They're fantastic. Like one of my favorite, some of my favorite stories.
okay.
Um, and then what else? I'll just mention this because I just got it. Patrick Ness just came out with a new book in the Monsters of and Men series,
Hmm.
um, which there was also a movie I think based on the first book in that series. But it's like a world where everyone can hear each other's thoughts, um, and that obviously causes problems.
You didn't mention skeletts. Uh-oh.
Let's Domesday Book is a good entry point, yeah, for sure. Um, oh, that slash fiction story. Gosh, it's good to see you here, VGL.
Yeah, it's just we just we do it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that's cool. I mean, you have it's just great to see like and to know all these different niches that are going on, whether that's in video games, homebrew. That's awesome. Because I didn't know too much about it, but the thing of it is, I don't have an NES, right? So I
Yeah,
guess I'm a little bit behind on that, but he's a huge fan of your work.
I'd say most people don't have an NES, so you're
What
you're in good company.
really?
I should
I
also
thought
mention.
I
I should
thought
also
everybody
mention.
has NES.
Should
Yeah,
also mention. I know you're talking about like what I've been reading
yeah.
and my favorite authors. So I would also recommend Bitmap Books. They make these beautiful
Okay,
editions. So one of the things that I've been doing lately as well is I've been collecting like a lot of gaming related books, right? So Bitmap Books does deep dives into certain topics. So I have one that's all about belt scrollers, right?
okay,
It's just like a history of belt scrollers, highlighting some of the best games in the series. And I've got this book. I think this one came from a different company, but I have this thing called Speedrun Science, which is about like learning how speedrunners do what they do. I just got Jeremy Parrish. I also always recommend Jeremy Parrish and for his NES Works
see,
series, but he also publishes books, and his book on Metroidvania, the history of Metroidvania just came out, so I'm going to read that as well. Like it's on my shelf. I've got like a whole shelf of just there's like a book all about run and gun games. They're massive books. So, and the cool thing about Bitmap Books is if you buy one of their books,
hmm,
you they also will send you the PDF of it. Now you
okay.
can't the
Bitmap
PDF and then
books.
send the book back to them because they'll be like, no, you can't do that. But I'll admit that I sometimes will buy a book as a gift for somebody, and I'll keep the PDF for myself. You know, but
Speedrun Science, Video
yeah,
Game
it's
Library
wait,
says.
hold on, let me get it. It's really cool.
Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Speedrun Science. And of course, Video Game Library has us covered. What was your metric? You just released a metric. I want to see this again so I don't get it wrong. That the video game library has been going on for a little while here, and let's see. Oh, yeah. 62% of the games on Video Game Library are in English, and that's 15,000 books, over 15,000 books, 4 years. So this is just, and we'll have you on, definitely Video Game Library. I'll reach out.
Took me
But
a minute to find
yeah,
this because
so
I've had so many books. But this thing looks like a textbook, right? It looks like an
wow,
old like,
yeah, that's really cool.
and it actually has like diagrams and things inside of it. And so I do not aspire to be a speedrunner,
Right.
but it's really fun to read about how it's done. Like there's speedrunning history. It's really cool. So this has been a fun. This one's from Fangamer. Fangamer does great books too.
Okay. Yeah, I've
And
done a
Limited Run
handful.
has their own publishing line as well. Limited, what is it called? Print. Just forget what they call it. They have their own like publishing line. But
Yeah, I mean, I've done a handful of speed runs, and I think I'm either last place or second to last place in my times, but I'm fine with it. I'm on the board, and that's all that matters. So,
yeah,
uh, plenty of to talk about.
for
And
sure.
I think this game and how we're going to play it allows us to. Now, did you need to go potty, or
No, I
do,
think I'm okay.
you're okay? Okay, and I think we have an opportunity to. Is it goes back and forth? So let's get into it. So let's switch. Yeah. This is where we do the transition. This is where all the bad things may happen.
NES controller.
Um, Let me get your volume up on this other one because I believe it did not.
Wrong warp speed run.
Yeah, wrong. Yeah, let me get the gain up.
All right, so when we tested this out, there was hella lag on this, so this is going to be interesting. I died in places I haven't died since I was like 12.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on here. So let me do play online, connect to the internet. Wrong warp speedruns. Yeah. No passcode. That's not right. You're not even on.
What? I'm on.
It said 1 hour ago.
Oh, maybe it's just because I haven't been doing anything.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
There you go. I see the invite.
All right. I'm just going to put up your thing a little bit. So we have the rules going. And
Home.
let me see if that.
How do I get to the invite? There
All
we
right.
go.
That looks about right. If the sound doesn't sound right, just let us know. But, all right.
Also, my webcam is in the way.
It's okay. So I'm connected to the LAN on my end, so maybe we'll go fast. Did you get an invite?
I did. I should be connecting now.
Okay. So let's see. So the rules: no power ups. If it's an accidental power up, you have to get a hit. You have to get a hit. Number 2, no level skips or warps. 3, game over equals loser. 1-ups are allowed. We're playing on Switch online. So there's going to be lag, and it's a disadvantage to us both. We figured that out.
Yeah.
So here we go. All right. Let's.
Especially on my TV.
Okay. Anyway, let us know how the sound is. If it's too loud. All right. I'm up first. Audio is good. All right.
Thanks, Glenn.
And then, oh, yep, we still have the lag here, so
Yep.
It's like a millisecond.
Yeah, we're playing on hard mode, extra hard mode.
Yeah, I mean, uh-oh.
I knew it when you were running for the card at the end of the stage and you just kept missing it. He's either drunk or there's lag going on here.
Well, yeah. Ay. Yeah, it's gonna be sloppy, but oh well.
It's gonna be fun. That's okay. It'll be a shorter session that way, right?
So
Hey,
yeah, I couldn't even get the 45. Okay, now when you're up. Our competition is live. So there we go.
I did very poorly in our test runs. So
yeah. Oh, I keep forgetting you don't have to play. That we're going back and forth between.
Yeah, that's right. Switches. It feels sticky. It feels like I'm playing on like the Retron 5 or something.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna be like more cautious than usual.
Right.
Usually
That's how I was too. So do what you need to do. This is. We're in it to win it.
I might need that if I'm gonna beat you.
Oh yeah.
Something tells me I might need some 1-ups in this game.
Mm-hmm. I think we're getting a little. Well, we'll change it. I think we're getting a little bit of your audio in the background.
On the TV?
Yeah.
Oh, apparently I can't pause. So.
Oh no, yeah. Don't worry about it.
I'll lower the volume when I'm done here.
Oh, you got it. All right, so you have 5 1-ups against.
No, I have to get 3 stars to do that, to get 5 1-ups.
Well, no, I mean, you have 5 1-ups, and I have 4 1-ups.
5 lives, gotcha, yeah.
5 lives. Never mind. I'm getting it backwards. All right. Yeah. So also coins too. So you have to be strategic in our approach. But how far will we go in this game?
I don't know. You said you wanted to do every level, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Last time I did a full playthrough was when I did that Famicom stream, and I did every level. It took me about 4 hours to do that.
Yeah, I think I did I think I played this game a few times, and it's about 3.5, 4 hours.
Yeah.
But we ain't got that time.
No.
We'll see how it goes, and maybe if it's going over an hour, we'll have to determine something. Maybe loser has to buy pizza or something.
Oh my gosh.
So I might have to owe you a few
mushroom pizza.
I like mushroom pizza. I like and
too.
Since Cap's not here, I like pineapple on my pizza too.
I also like pineapple on pizza. I haven't had that in a while though.
I
guess are we doing these in order? I guess we're doing them in order.
Sure. Let's do it.
Because I could have gone for that castle instead. But, ooh, jeez.
You could have gone, yeah.
I don't know if I would have been better off or not. I actually like this level.
Yeah, I do too. A lot of people just skip it.
No. When I have a power up, I mean, it's fun because you can just. I always try to go for as many coins as I can get.
Don't you get the ship?
Oh, I haven't tried to do that on purpose since I was a kid. Like, the thing with this game is I have the player's guide, the Nintendo Power Player's Guide, and I used the heck out of that as a kid to learn where all the cards were and all the secrets and all that other stuff. Oh, dear. Okay, here we go. Oh, boy.
Burger, you can only hear the song. Yeah, you sent me that song. I forget what that was.
This is getting hairy. I don't know. I haven't felt this stressed out playing this game in a long time.
Well, that's the joys of competition, and when you have lag.
It's true. Flag. Yeah. I like doing I like doing these races. I did one with Running Retro a while back. We played Rescue Rangers on NES. It was the first time I played Rescue Rangers since I was a kid, pretty much. And I did manage to beat the game, but it was really close. He definitely beat me.
Mm-hmm.
But we were even playing on hardware. It was harder than I remembered it being. These are fun. I want to do Thumb Brothers does some community challenges and some races and things like that. But what I'd like to see is a race with people playing a game that none of them have ever played before. I think that's and they don't get to practice it ahead of time. Like, because when you have these races that Peter does, Waves and Games, or these competitions, usually games that people know really well, and they have the time to practice them and get like a really high score. Like, I think the true test of a gamer is how do you both do in this game that neither of you have ever played before, you know? And that's just like, oh boy. That was, wow, you gave him a chance to stretch his legs there. You know, I've played this game, and occasionally, you know, when he sprouts wings, sometimes he'll just fly away and never come back.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many weird things with this game that I'm sure.
Oh, Cuso Grande is like sort of like that, but only for terrible games. Okay.
Cuso Grande, what's that?
Oh, I messed it up. Womp womp.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You can. That's the lives.
Yeah. Yeah. But as much as I love this game, I don't play it that often. I played a lot of it as a kid.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do. Actually, I didn't play this game. You're gonna laugh. I didn't play this game until I was in college, and I played it on my Wii.
Wow.
So yeah, I didn't really play retro games. Well, I didn't play, you know, these games growing up just because I had a 64, and I was on the camp that was, you know, these are the best graphics. You can only play games that have good graphics and stuff like that. But then,
and what were you doing on the N64? Oh,
I know. I was delusional at the time because it's 64-bit.
Of course,
right? So, not until I got to college and I started downloading all these games on the Wii Shop. Did I say, wow, these games are really good?
Have you ever played Super Mario Advance 4 on the well, it's on the Switch and it's also on the Wii. The Game Boy Advance remake of Super Mario Brothers 3, because the online versions of that you can get on Switch have the e-card levels. There's an e-card thing on there.
Yeah,
like
so I haven't. So is this different than what they had in the All-Stars collection? Because they have the e-reader, they have different levels. You have more levels.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I haven't played it, but I know it's on here, Switch Online.
Yeah. I don't like the graphics. I don't like the updated graphics as much as the NES graphics. And he also talks, like when he gets a mushroom, he's like, just what I needed. Stuff like that. That gets a little annoying. Yeah, the reason we're playing this, guys, is because I don't have the Disney Afternoon Collection on the Switch yet. I'm waiting for the physical version to come out. So otherwise, we would be doing probably Goof Troop.
Yes. Well, that's kind of what we were discussing, but yeah. So you're all about physical.
When I can, when the game is complete on the cartridge. These days, you know, there's like limited value in. I don't want that. There's limited value in getting physical stuff when there's always going to be an update or a patch or something like that. So I've loosened, and then also when the cost of a digital game, especially when it's on sale, is so much cheaper than a physical copy. So I have to decide which ones I really want to copy. A lot of the time I want the physical copy because it's easier to share with people, but with the Switch, they've made it a little bit easier to share stuff, honestly.
So I've talked a lot about this on the channel before, but just the physical of having manuals, right? I thought that was so cool, right?
Yeah.
So every retro game that I play, I'll go online and I'll look at the PDF of the manual, and you just have to think like, oh, there's a lot of detail, that
went
into
time,
this.
You need to read the manual to understand how to play the game.
Yeah.
And then there are also some manuals where, like, I kind of get the impression that the person who wrote the manual is also like an aspiring novelist, because they'll go into so much detail in the backstory. You're like, where is this stuff coming from? Like, but yeah, I love manuals.
Yeah, this is gonna be
You got this. You're good.
Yeah, we did it. Just right before I got into there was like a really bad lag. Something happened.
Oh yeah.
But
Have you played Tunic?
I haven't played Tunic yet. It's on my list.
Okay, that game is great. You're actually collecting the pages of the game manual while you play.
Mm-hmm. I've heard about that.
Yeah, but they're all in like another language, so you can't really decipher them. You know?
The only thing about Tunic, I've heard it's pretty complicated as a game.
It's pretty complicated. It's also can be very hard, but it also, like, in its complication, like, it also has a lot of variety in ways that you can approach things. So it gives the player, I think, a lot of freedom to play the game like kind of on their own terms.
Yeah. Oh, I'm again?
I guess so.
Oh,
I guess because
man.
you won somehow, you just get to continue here. Lucky you. Oh, I do this too. I love that. I remember I have an older sister, and she had some friends over once, and they were playing Super Mario Brothers 3.
Mm-hmm.
My sister handed me the controller. I was sitting behind them, like on the couch, and so we played. She gets to this level, and I did that thing with the blocks, and everybody was like amazed that she had suddenly gotten good at the game, and then they realized that I'm playing. I actually really hate this level in some ways because of those freaking fire snakes, which are slightly unpredictable. And they have a weird hitbox. Like, I've killed them, and then as they die, they've been able to kill me. Like, they're doing that thing where they're falling off the screen, and somehow their corpse has actually damaged me.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
All right, well.
You're doing great.
We're doing well, actually.
Better than I expected after a try. Oh, jeez. That thing like spawned on top of me. I used to have it memorized. I used to have this whole thing memorized.
I mean, this is actually fun to do.
It is.
I like it.
Okay.
Okay. So you memorized the layout.
I used to be able to tell like which board, because there's like 4 different variations. I used to be able to tell which board I was on, and then I was able to. I just had them memorized because they were in the player's guide.
Okay.
So I would just do it that way. Okay, here we go. Oh, is this what I think it is? Oh no! Oh shoot! Okay, hold on. Depower me, but don't kill me. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh. Our first death.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my god.
It went wrong. I actually really like that stage though, when it doesn't kill me.
All right, so I'm up. Okay. I hit something. That's why I don't touch anything during this. I hit something. Rookie death. Uh-oh. 40s.
Yeah, thank you, 40.
Welcome in. Uh-oh. I don't need that. Yeah. Okay. The sun level's coming up.
Lag is real.
Oh, yeah. What, you seeing it on your end?
You need this one to get one of those ships, too. You have to collect every coin in this stage, I think. To get the pirate ship to show up. Or the coin ship, rather. They call it a coin ship, right?
No. I'm just trying to go for the mushrooms.
Also, hello, 40's going on fit. How are you?
Is this someone from your camp?
I think so.
You think so? Well, yeah, welcome in.
It's been a while.
It's as good as it gets here. I mean, we're doing our best. All right.
Yeah, this lag is troublesome.
Yeah, I mean, you want to go through these levels pretty fast because you're just so used to it.
Yeah.
It looks, I mean, so one of the things too is I haven't been doing it too much because it just takes it out of me, but you know, practicing like a retro game and then actually going through it on stream, I like doing that because when you see someone play like a tough game or a retro game, and because because these games were developed to have like a rhythm to it. Like
Yeah,
if you get good enough, you have a rhythm to it, and it just flows. And I like watching that. I like playing it too. But half the time I don't do too well with stuff. So as we discussed, you do an NES marathon. You talked to EC
which I guess is going to be
Sky.
different this year.
Very cryptic. Excited to know about Eugene's works now. Wow, okay.
Hey,
Very crypt. Yeah. Fellow writer, maybe, I think. Barry writes for a magazine.
Oh, cool. Which magazine?
And her group will be on in the summer. They're having a new issue come out. It's the Read Only magazine.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Okay,
that.
Yep.
A couple of those issues, yeah. No, I love that there are all these retro gaming magazines now, and some of them do a lot to like feature older games.
Yes,
that's awesome.
Biannual. So,
I think are those the really expensive ones? Like they have like the really gorgeous covers, read-only ones.
I don't know. I mean,
there's some that they look like bound, like they're just like little.
Oh yeah. They do a very good job with it all. Yeah. Okay. Now, I think I'm starting to get used to the lag.
I think either I'm getting used to it as well.
It's very subtle. It's not terrible, but it's still there.
It also may be improving. I don't know. 15 in physical form. Yeah, that's not really.
No, that's not bad at all. Yeah, thank you for the kind words, both of you. You deserve it. You deserve it for the work that you're doing. Oh, am I up here? What?
I think Philip Summers did a cover for them. Maybe that's how I discovered it. Just beautiful stuff. I'm gonna avoid the. Do I have to do this hammer, bro? I want to do this.
No, you don't have to do the hammer, bro.
Like this sun level.
I remember I couldn't get through this. I remember, even going back to my college days.
The lag messed up the thing
yeah.
I usually jump into it and then let's see if I can just jump a little faster. Oh no, that's not good. Okay. That's alright. I'm just gonna do that.
Oh, I didn't know you could kill it with the thing.
Yeah, so normally what I do in there is I jump into the hurricane, and it will propel you through most of this level, and then you land and you just turn immediately, and it runs into the shell.
See, there, learning everything new. Very quick, when I played Super Mario 3 as a kid, I used to dance to the music of World 2's Overworld map. Thank goodness no one filmed that. Well, we wish that was filmed because it would have been hilarious.
That's funny. This level is also called Florida.
Yeah.
Citrus level. Yeah. Although I hear the oranges are dying.
Are they?
I heard the oranges are dying, so they may not be the citrus state anymore. I don't know.
I wonder why.
Well, you can't fly up there now, so.
No. Oh, there we go. That was on me. See?
Yeah. No, it's
I got
so
scared.
Easy to
it is because. Okay.
Watch me do it.
We're tied with deaths. Okay. Yeah, I know. It makes it more. I like how it makes it more tense.
It does. It does. Just like, oh no. Hold on a second here.
Yeah, I mean, just with our current situation with this game, it's just gonna get brutal.
Dang it. It's fine. Fine. It's fine. This is fine.
Now, are you familiar? Did you do much with Mario Maker?
You know, I played a little bit on the Wii U when it first came out.
Yeah.
I was way too busy to do much. I made some levels. I recreated Donkey Kong in Mario Maker. That was fun. But I wasn't able to spend a lot of time with it. Now, of course, it's all offline, which is a bummer.
I know.
Mario Maker 2 I have, but I haven't spent as much time with it.
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed making levels. That's kind of what got me into like the gaming scene. Oh,
Forgot he
no.
was there.
Oh. Okay.
Normally I'd be able to jump over him, but clearly that split second that I needed. What controller are you using for this?
I am using the Switch 2 Pro.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a Switch 2?
I do.
Okay.
I do. We have we at this point we each have our own Switches. Except for my daughter, she's too young.
Yes.
But we have one Switch 2, which is the family Switch 2, and do I want to go up there?
You could do however you want.
I don't know, man. I'll just do this level instead. Yeah, we have a Switch 2. I haven't played a lot on it. Mostly my son is getting the most fun out of it, and my wife is using it. She's playing Hollow Knight on it right now.
Hollow Knight? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. The game nearly broke me. It's fun. I love it.
Yeah, I keep meaning to stream. I haven't played it yet. My friend got it for me years ago. I haven't played it yet. He got
Of
it
course,
on
they have
PC.
Silksong out.
And yeah, that's why it was on her radar, because somebody had said that Silksong was really good. So,
But it's hard.
Charm at the end. Yes, there is.
Okay.
So yeah, so we have one, but I haven't done a lot on there. But there's this game coming out soon called Orbitals that looks really good. It's a co-op anime style game that I think is going to be the thing that I'm really excited about.
Okay, so that's something that you're looking forward to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I've got so many backlog games of like newer games as well. I still haven't played even Super Mario Brothers Wonder, which is really bad.
Oh, yeah, that's a good game. It's. I mean, I think it's good to play with your son.
Yeah. Well, he already played it, I think. I'm probably going to stream it at some point. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, it's a fun game. Yeah. Oh boy.
This is the one that undoes us, isn't it?
No.
Oh, that guy came back over there. Okay. Really wants me to go in there. That's fine. I'll go over here.
This level can be tough.
It can be, yeah. In some ways, like it's different playing this because I'm not doing all the things that I'm not doing all the things I would normally do.
Mm-hmm.
So in some ways it's faster because I'm really just trying to get to the end of it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Oh shoot!
You kicked it up. I've never seen that.
No, it was too close to the. I was too close to the block. I was trying to stay away from the block so that it would hit the block and bounce back and not kill me. But that's fine. I'll just do that. That's okay.
Hunter, welcome in. Good that you can make it. Probably a night shift. The water plant.
Hey, Hunter. Well, now I may have. Did I soft lock myself? Oh, there's another one. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
They come back.
if I can't get one of these things.
I'm my week off. Okay. Well, thanks for spending your week off with us. For at least this moment.
Oh, it's a freaking maze.
It is a maze. They did.
I forgot which one it is. It's so much easier doing this when you have a freaking tail.
Yeah. So now, this is a choose your own adventure. This is what we chose for our adventure.
This is our adventure, yeah. For better or worse. Let's wake up.
Yeah.
Okay. Do this.
Chrono Cross on PS1.
Oh, I can't do anything there, right? Is this a power up?
It's a power.
I can do. Oh, I can't really get those though.
You get a few points.
Chrono Cross. Yeah, I need to go back. I need to play Chrono Trigger. I started on the DS like years and years and years
I
ago.
did not like Chrono Cross.
No.
Mm-mm. I played it, and I was close to not getting through it.
Can we jump on the upside down ones? I guess I can find out. Okay, I wasn't sure if they were like more deadly somehow.
Now, Hunter, how are you enjoying that? Because I did not like it, but I thought it was too overwhelming. There's just so many characters you can get, and it's kind of a complex game. Alright, where are we at? So I can go over here. We gotta get this level. Someone's gotta.
I was very close.
Were you? Oh, that's right, yeah. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Did you see the Mario movie, Mario Galaxy?
Oh,
movie?
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did see the Mario Galaxy movie, and I loved it. What about you?
Did you saw it.
Oh. So you just saw it, huh? The whole family go?
Except my wife, she had no interest. She didn't care. She hadn't even seen the first one.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I took my son and my daughter, and yeah, it was fun. I liked it. The Super Mario Galaxy is my favorite 3D Mario game. Odyssey is great as well, of course, but Galaxy is fantastic.
Yeah, Video Game Library loved the movie. Had such a great time putting with your niece. Their first 3D movie.
Oh, you saw it in 3D. Okay.
Okay.
I try to avoid 3D, and I'm surprised that 3D is still around because it's such a gimmick that it just makes the movies like more expensive. But
it hurts my eyes.
I like 3D movies when the movie is designed with 3D in mind. So something like Hugo, which was filmed for 3D. But if it's just a regular movie that's just like we're just gonna make this 3D, then I'm not as interested. I'm interested in sort of the artistic vision of the director if they're like into it.
All right. Well, we did it. You did.
Now you're the airship.
I know. The airships are a pain.
Oh, 3D is the only option for Manet. Yeah, that does seem weird.
So you're not far into it, Hunter? You like the music? Yeah, the battle system was pretty tough to understand. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't know.
I thought the music in the Galaxy movie was great too, just because it was like a medley of like so many amazing themes.
Like
one of my favorite themes is this one, the airship. Like it always stresses me out. Though.
Yeah, because it's auto scroll. Joe Boyce liked the Wart cameo.
Yeah,
that was great.
Very unexpected.
And
it was really like mostly ignored him.
Yeah, I mean there were a lot of nuts. I think I might go see it again.
I mean, I'll definitely see it, when it's on streaming, and probably at some point I'll own the.
This lag. Well, I'll probably see it with my youngest again. She mentioned she wanted to go see it.
Oh wow! I forgot the ship moves. It's been so long since that's happened.
Oh jeez.
All right. A little bit sticky. This lag feels comparable to the lag in the Sega Genesis Classics collection on the Switch.
Okay.
Or like Sonic the Hedgehog, there's like a little bit of stickiness to it. Nintendo does what Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah. Burger Champ did not enjoy my Wart cameo or the topical cream I had to use for it.
Oh no.
Ordered repo carts, English patch
Terrible.
For Star Ocean, Setsuda Second 3, and Emerald Dragon for SNES. Just spent Video Game Library. Just spent a day in Calgary Comic Con, and there was some amazing Mario cosplay. Love to see it.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh yeah. I don't think I've ever seen so much Star Fox in one place. Yeah, we won't say why Star Fox is big now. Let's just put it that way. Mazen, welcome in. Super
Hey,
Mr.
Malcolm.
Miller Bros 3. The Revenge of Deadlines featuring Eugene. I love it.
Morty Koopa. Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Totally missed that one.
Now we have like the God Gamer Maz in here, just like,
Yeah, right.
look at this guy. Look at these
I lost
guys.
the cool when Mazin showed up.
Yeah, these
Well,
guys.
Mazin, we're dealing with some lag here.
I have it in the text.
And where?
Yeah, everyone's doing well. I'll definitely need to take a shower after the stream because the amount of sweat that I'm accumulating tonight is not good. But I don't need that.
I always have to take a cold shower after one of Mazin's streams.
Mm-hmm.
So, got me so excited.
Because there's probably a lot more Easter eggs that we missed in the
in the movie.
In the movie, yeah. All right, Morty, let's see what you got. I jumped right into it.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
I think I'm down to 2 lives now. Oh,
that was a fine. That was close.
mm-hmm.
That was a fine effort, though. Fine effort. Yeah, that was.
Oh.
Whoa, what's going on there? Are you doing it?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
There was a hand on my screen just now. Oh shoot!
I didn't mean it. No, we're not going to get into the hand gate.
The master hand just came in.
How do you determine the winner? Just the first game over is loser. So, oh my gosh, I have 1 life left. 1 life to live. I mean, this is just typical. This is just typical of my gameplay.
No, you're better than this. The lag is definitely things like, coffee. I thought I was the only one who drank coffee this late at night. Ooh,
I was drinking coffee earlier before we went on, but then I had just water.
I had some tea. Which is actually probably worse in some ways. Some black tea.
Black tea.
I definitely need it.
Yeah, I think the caffeine is pretty high with the black tea.
Yeah, I think it's higher than caffeine than coffee. Yeah. Yep.
Maybe. Just maybe. Oh, jeez.
Wow. 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 Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Oh no. Oh gosh, good job. Wow.
Pour some coffee, yeah. Alright, well.
That was intense.
So I have 75 coins. I need 15. So I like how you have to strategize.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't think I got very far, and there was a small Mario challenge I think that Captain Algebra did a while back, and I didn't get very far.
Oh, yeah. Those challenges, man, they're fun, but they just like they get to you.
Except that a lot of the time they'll line up with me being on or I'm just always under a deadline, I guess. But there's only a frog suit down there, I think.
Oh yeah, no coins. I'm looking for coins.
Yeah.
Not bloopers, coins. Oh no.
There could be coins inside the blooper. Oh, this is a bad situation. Small Mario in a water level is a little bit rough, like
with lag.
Yeah.
Okay, we got those.
I'm probably one of the few people who actually likes water levels.
I don't mind water levels to some degree.
I just like that it's a different gameplay style, and it's probably why I like the game Balloon Fight so much, because it's essentially like a water level.
Yeah.
Yeah, are we going for the whole game, Mazin? I mean, if we somehow survive, then yes. Oh, that's
We're already looking bad here.
yeah.
Poor decisions were made. All right.
Breathe.
Breathe.
Watching my older cousins play this game when I was a kid in the early 90s is what got me into gaming.
Yeah.
You're trying to make me feel old, right?
It's just a short stream of 4 hours.
I think so. Oh god. Oh god.
We've been there, done that before.
Oh boy. Oh boy. No. Oh.
No. You're 38. Gosh. Everyone's so young around here.
Almost a decade younger than me.
Oh my gosh. Don't say that.
48. Next 2 months.
48 in 2 months?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. It's true. It's true.
Well, you look young for your age. Put it that way.
Because of the video games. Uh-oh. Oh, so close to the... If you pause it, then you don't get a game over, right? Like, are you still alive? You still have a life?
I don't know.
How does that work? Exactly.
How does that work?
I'm not sure. Maybe you have a 0 life. I forget how it works. So you probably get a 1-up on your next go. Oh dear. Oh no. Okay. Oh no, I can't use that. Oh.
48 is better than 47. Okay.
Yeah, I can't imagine it is Burger Champ, but you know what? The alternative of not turning 48 because it didn't make it is probably worse. All right, grab some coins. You're good. Yeah.
Okay, we got it.
Still in the game. I mean, I'm not doing too much better than you. I'm down to 2 lives here. Okay. The cheaps are really difficult with any sort of lag because you have to dodge them. And time, it's all about timing in here, right? And it's timing's not on your side. I feel like I'm playing Adventure Island or something. Okay.
That game have bad lag?
No, but there's lots of these levels, like water things jumping out at you. I knew that was going to happen. I should have gone the other way.
No expert, but we should avoid the fish.
Avoid the fishes, yeah. Good thought there.
Okay. Now.
Have you not played Adventure Island?
I haven't.
Oh boy, you're in for a treat. It's hard. It's very hard.
There's a YouTube channel called You Can Beat Video Games.
Oh no.
Damn it.
I think I've seen that one where they teach you.
All right. Yeah, he teaches you.
Yeah, like the techniques.
All right. Well, I lost.
You gave me a good run. It was good.
Yes. Let's see. Where are we at with everything? I have to check something. Yeah. So we'll go back. We'll just sign. I have to actually get up early tomorrow because I'm doing the 5K.
Right, that's right.
I have to get some sleep in. So this is actually works out. This actually works
Yeah,
out.
no, that's good.
So, but
Just as you intended.
we'll close it out. But here we did it. We did the game. You won, so you can do something with
Woohoo!
that victory.
It would have been very embarrassing for me to lose at my
Your
favorite
favorite game
Mario
of all
game,
time. Yeah.
favorite game of all time. Yeah,
So,
bring this back here.
but yeah, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. Yeah, you're doing a 5K. Sweet. Yeah, I don't know. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. Yeah, it's a Bob Ross Remembrance 5K, and
Oh, thank you, Joel.
we'll do it.
Did you say wait? Did you say Bob Ross,
It is a Bob Ross Remembrance.
like the painter?
The painter.
Really?
Hmm.
So what's the story? Like, are you running for a cause?
Um, trees, I guess. So the thing is, like,
Happy trees.
yeah, happy trees. It's. So I have a. I went to a birthday party for my daughter, and one of her dad's friends' dads was there, and we started talking, and then he says he's. I said I'm kind of like not into fitness, but I've been jogging, trying to get in better shape. And he said, "Oh, we're doing this Bob Ross Remembrance. Let's join me." So I kind of got, and I just want to see if I can do it, but I didn't register in time, so
Hmm.
I didn't. I don't get the shirt, but the shirt looks really cool. Unfortunately, I did not, but we're gonna make it a huge event. We have our families are gonna be together. We're gonna jog. The kids will play, and we'll have hot dogs afterwards.
Oh, good.
So it'll be a good one. So, I'll get some rest, and hopefully I'll be able to do what I need to do. Bob Ross has hair like Mr. Mullen, something
Or
like
vice
that.
versa.
You don't smell what I smell here. Let's just put it that way. You don't smell what I smell. I'm sure it does. But Eugene, thanks again for coming on, talking about the books, your
Yeah.
books, and just overall having a good conversation. We'll have you on. I don't know why I'm saying we, but I will have you on again. And yeah, it will be a good time. Video game library. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Me
we'll have
too.
you on. Thanks. It's good to see you. And then Ty Lord, hot dogs will destroy the calories burned in a 5K. Uh, it depends. I mean, maybe we could have a hot dog eating contest afterwards, and I think I would win that one, as you can tell. Uh, but yeah, but we'll do that. Which are you streaming? When's your next stream? You doing tomorrow?
Streaming on Sunday night. Yeah,
Oh,
tomorrow night. Yeah,
okay,
10 p.m. Eastern. Getting
okay,
back to Metro Prime.
okay.
Mm.
Well, I will. Actually, I'm streaming tomorrow night, but I'm just doing a record of gameplay, so I'll probably have your stream up or something like that as I play my RPG. But next Saturday, I'm going to be playing. Thank goodness you're here. It's I
Mm.
played it on stream a few years ago with my friend Josh, but we didn't beat it. And
Mm.
it's just basically it's like a point and slap adventure. Point and slap. You just go around and slapping stuff, and you just do interactions with things. It's really cheeky. There's a lot of things going on, um, sexually, I guess. It's not intended for children. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it looks like it is, but it's not. It's not. So, but yeah, that's gonna do it. Thanks again.
Yeah.
Let's just go over some of the
Thanks for
books
having me.
here. We have Kaiju Gaga. Kaiju Gaga is the newest book. We've been having a great time with that. So Tended Ages, what, 5 to 8, 5 to 10
Hmm.
type of thing. Choose Your Own Adventure. Five Nights at Freddy. This is the one. This is the New York Times bestseller, and my daughter has been loving this. And then I'm probably going to start this one tomorrow. Gamers, and I appreciate all this.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
and it's going to be a good time. So I'm excited to read that. Good night, New York. Yeah, you are in New York, right?
I am in New York.
Oh, there you go. So I'm going to sign off now, but we'll wrap up here after we do the
Yeah,
outro. But thanks again for
yeah.
stopping
Thanks everyone
by.
for hanging out.
Check out Eugene's stream and his books. Fantastic stuff. Have a great night, everyone. Take care. See you next time.